Ah. What? Food. Oh. Don't forget. Very welcome to this new episode of Off to 7,000 Islands. As you might have gathered, it's about food here in the Philippines, and we have the festival fiesta from the whole town here in Bulalacao, and I've been a judge judging a food competition which was very close and very good, so I enjoyed it. I'm just back. But I'm gonna show you now a little bit, but a bit about me. First, I live here with my wife in the Philippines, and I'm originally from Germany. My name is Eric, and those festivals this is the biggest festival we have here in town. It's over a whole week, there's different things, and today there was the food, and we're just gonna go through it. In the end, I also gonna tell you who won, but you can comment down below first if you think who's winning after I show you those pictures, and that would be really interesting to think who won in your mind. Also, in the end, I'm gonna talk why as foreigner those opportunities are quite great to get involved into the community, and we're gonna talk about this in the end of the video. So first, here was a bit of the preparation stage. Of course, I was way too early, because when people tell me as a German I need to be there by 8, I'm there by 8, and then there was a lot of waiting. But around 9 people really started cooking, and then at 11 to 12 there was the food then ready, which was really good, and I enjoyed that. But first we see here some of the preparation and how people cooked, and also here is the judging criteria of what we had to judge the food. So there are different things, and presentation and everything is in there, so that definitely can be improved. But it was the first cooking competition after like a 5-year gap, and I guess you know why that gap was there. So many of those in the competition, of course, have their own restaurants and their own little businesses in the food services around here in Bulalacao. But let's go through them bit by bit, and I try to write in the bottom always like the number and the barangay, so that's the part of town where they are from. Just gonna show you them all in a row as we tasted them. I'm definitely very, very full now. Yeah, now you have seen all the competitor, and you can see they put a lot of effort into it. So the maximum amount of money they were allowed to spend is 1,000 pesos. That's like 20 euros, $20, like something in that region, which is really not a lot. And so they prepared a meal for 5 judges, and then what was left over everyone just ate. If you haven't guessed yet, please put down below in the comment who is your favorite, or what do you think who won. And you can also jump through those timestamps. I put them there in YouTube, so you can jump from one meal to another very quickly, and you can guess who won. Here's my personal favorite, and that was the tuna, because for me to make fish interesting and edible, you need to do a lot to the fish in order that it doesn't taste like fish, basically. And therefore my favorite was the tuna. The chicken definitely was my second place from the taste. The chicken was just great. It just wasn't balanced a lot. There wasn't much vegetables to it or anything, so it was just rice. The rice was actually a bit dry, but those guys did a great job as well. And the third one was actually one which didn't got in the top 3 overall, but this was one which they cooked a very traditional meal with black beans, and I write the name down here, I forgot already, and that's really a meal what people eat day in and day out. It's with pork, and it's a stew basically, and it has a good balance between vegetables and fat and all this kind of stuff together with rice. It's quite nice, and they did a great job of it, and they had fantastic decoration. The best decoration, well, that was the head chefs of 2 of the biggest hotels here. One of them is our chef and his brother, who's in the hotel a few streets further from us, from our hotel. And well, of course they had great decoration. They did a great job there. I'm not a big fan of squid in general, but I also found it a bit not salted enough actually, which speaks for them as chefs, because you don't want to put too much salt into a restaurant. People should add that by themselves afterwards. If they want to have more salt, but it's worse if there's too much salt for a guest. So I can really understand how they did it and what they did it. And the fruit platter, of course, was fantastic. But of course, apples and oranges actually don't grow here. So that's therefore I didn't give them so many points, because I think if you want to promote local food and local things, then you need to watch a little bit what you actually buy. But of course, squid and the main course basically that comes from here, and all of them did really well. In the end, who actually won in the overall 5 judges was the one from the chefs. And the second place was the chicken. They are also having they're street food sellers, so they know how to cook chicken and how to grill chicken. So I'm not surprised with this, but this chicken was really well. It wasn't overcooked, it was super juicy and everything, so that was great. And also the third place went to the tuna steaks, which were really nice as well, and a good steak. I know they put there some sauce. The sauce had MSG in it, so it tastes better. I know that, but still, wow. For someone who doesn't eat much fish like me, that was really good. So that were the 3 winners. They get quite a big cash prizes, like €100 for first place and a little bit lower for second and third place. And there is €20 for each as a consolation prize for all the other participants. So, and I really appreciate this effort of doing it. So, and inviting me as a judge, really. So basically I just said I really would like to taste all those things, so I got asked to be a judge, and that's really a nice thing, because not just that you get great food, which some of the most talented people in your town get, but those competitions and things, when you have some part in it, then people actually get to know you as a foreigner. And that's really a great thing, because then you're not just the sort of Joe around the corner who people are afraid to talk to and shout weirdly at you when they drive by on the motorbike. But when you actually have some context where you can meet and get to know each other at least a little bit, and where it's not like forced as to you have to really talk to each other, but this is this guy and he gets introduced and I know him now and he belongs there and there and this kind of stuff. So that reduces definitely the sort of hey Joe calls on the street or Cano, also Americano calls on the street, which no matter how they're meant, for most Europeans are quite annoying, because it's no matter how it meant, even if Filipinos don't mean anything bad, it's almost like an insult if you call an European an American. So that's for lots of different reasons, but you can do something about it. And those competitions and things, they give you great opportunity of doing that. So I try to take part, and I go to parties even though I'm much taller than everyone else and then everyone stares at you. But I hope at some point it gets less staring and less looking and less name calling and weird shouting because you're foreigner. Because Filipinos don't shout at other people on the street like, hey, hey, hey. They don't do that. So why are they doing it to foreigners? Because they don't know better and they don't know you. It's great to get to know some people here better and make some connections, even if we can't really talk with each other yet, because I don't speak much Tagalog and here people do speak Tagalog, but it's still a good opportunity, and I can recommend that for everyone, just to get more involved in the things you feel comfortable with and where you can get invited. It's easy just to stay at home if you have a job or enough money to stay at home, but it's good to get involved in those ways and slowly getting here known. I think that will make things a bit easier every time you do it, and then like parties and things like this. For me, it's very uncomfortable when people stare all the time at me, and because I'm so tall, I am usually a head taller than everyone else, like a foot and a half taller than everyone else. So that makes it not always easy, and it takes a lot of effort from my side, but I'm trying to do it, and it's always great when I actually do it. So I can recommend that for you, and that's why you should go to those things as well. So thank you very much for watching, and if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel, leave it a like, and of course this was actually today as this video comes out, so it's quite an up-to-date video, and I tried to push it out as quickly as possible because I thought it's a nice thing, and I hadn't edited the video for today actually, so but yeah, that's why it's a bit late for the English one. But anyway, see you in the next one.